Wow. Okay. Yeah. Abilities rundown. Again, the splash art here looks a little bit better. I think more detailed than the last one. This is probably something that would be pretty cool even in its desktop background. So I like it here. The abilities here, passive, Way the Hunter. Second attack, I'm assuming with that red sword is going to deal more magic damage, which is interesting. And also his critical strike chance is doubled, so same passive as Yasuo. The Q, let's turn the sound on for these. The Q, Mortal Steel. Yone thrusts forward, dealing physical damage to his opponents. Very similar to Yasuo again. On hit, he gains a stack of Gathering Storm. At 2 stacks, he can dash forward with a wave that makes enemies airborne. So exactly the same as Yasuo's Q for the most part, except instead of throwing a tornado, he basically, I guess, is the tornado now, where he gets to dash and knock people up. Sorry, let's just go back for 1 second. The dash range, though, looks definitely shorter than the tornado range on Yasuo's Q from the looks of it. And I wonder if the dash is targeted on click or if you can just dash any direction that you want. Okay, Spirit Cleave. Yone cleaves forward in a massive arc, dealing a portion of the target's maximum health after successfully hitting an enemy. He also gains a temporary shield. So, whereas Yasuo would have the Wind Wall in his W, it looks like he has a bit of an AoE damage ability that grants him a shield that scales, I guess, with how many people he strikes with it. So it's a cool mechanic. Probably means he's going to be a bit more of a bruiser than kind of a glass cannon builder, I'm thinking, just right now. Also because his Q actually puts him in and engages him into the fight instead of just throwing out a skill shot, which Yasuo does. So it looks like right now he wants to get in and get his hands dirty a little bit more than Yasuo, especially in kind of a skirmish sense where there's multiple people on each team engaging. The E, Soulbound. Yone can enter his spirit form, gaining movement speed and leaving his body behind. When Yone's spirit form expires, he'll snap back to his body and deal a percentage of all damage he dealt while in spirit form. So this is cool. Obviously, Riot puts dashes into almost every new champion just to add mobility and a little bit of fun and outplay into the champion's kit and to the gameplay. I obviously prefer hard dashes, and what I mean by that is where you actually can like permanently dash to a new location. You don't have to come back. This is kind of like a Zoe ultimate here where she's gonna come back. He's gonna come back to the original location, so it doesn't provide as much mobility as maybe like a ZW dash, which is just like a 10-second flash on cooldown. But that said, it still gives you the opportunity to maybe dodge some skill shots, big things like Malphite ults or Nunu, who's really pissing me off as a champion right now with how obnoxious and unplayable it is to play against him. But you could maybe dash out of the the Nunu ult and then come back in once it's done. So it still gives you some outplay. And again, this looks like he's going to be a bit more of a bruiser champ than Yasuo. His R, Fate Seal, he strikes all enemies in path, blinking behind them and knocking everyone airborne. So again, a very kind of engaging AoE CC ability here. So this again leads me to believe that Yone might more be suited towards kind of a top lane. I know they're showing him in the mid lane here, but also potentially now as a support to Yasuo. In the cinematic trailer, they kind of showed the two guys teaming up to kill this demon, and yeah, I mean, it looks like he might be able to knock a bunch of people up for Yasuo to ult on with his Q, with his R, but he doesn't really have anything in his kit specifically that interacts with airborne enemy champions. So I wonder if he's actually going to be a support, and you're going to see a lot of Yasuo Yone bot lane combos pair up and team up in the bot lane together, because yeah, he wants to engage, he wants to knock people airborne, he can give himself a shield, he can do damage to multiple champions. I think it's going to be an interesting combo. I actually can't wait to see how that works in the bot lane. But that about wraps it up, guys, for this video. I think we got a couple different splash arts here. I think the original skin for him is actually a little bit cooler than the Spirit Blossom Yone, but that's not to say the Spirit Blossom skins aren't amazing. I think that's one of the best skin lines that I've seen with the amount of detail that they have, and just kind of almost like that Japanese-inspired theme is pretty cool for a lot of the different characters that they've applied it to. So interested to see how Yone plays, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.